It's back, everyone! Formula 1 is back! Tears flowing down every racing fan's face after the summer break. Formula 1 is finally back. Anyway, I'm Chip from the Digital Grandstand and this is PitStop Delta with the Belgian Grand Prix predictions and preview. But before all that, here's a little bonus to celebrate the ending of the summer break. This Sunday during the GP, how about a little drinking game with your mates? The rules are as follow. Take a sip for every overtake and team radio, 2 sips when Raikkonen's radio goes on the air and Toto Wolff hits a table. And a special one for Belgium, down your drink if any other team than Mercedes wins the race. I know that kinda spoils my predictions, but that's why these are called predictions and not results. By now, we all know that the Mercedes machine is amazingly suited to fast-flowing circuits, with Silverstone being a prime example. The Ferrari and Red Bull cars might struggle here and leave the door open for a surprise podium appearance for the likes of Force India, even Williams, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. However, with Pirelli nominating the softest compounds for this race and the Ultrasoft possibly degrading at a higher rate than normal, I would not be surprised if someone like Ricciardo or Perez ended up on the podium. Behind the top teams, Williams should get ahead of most of the midfield with both cars. Toro Rosso might get in a fight with Renault and Haas, with McLaren and Sauber bringing up the rear. Expect some ingenious aero packages to be deployed at this race, especially on the rear wing, floor and diffuser. With all that being said, here is my top 10 predictions at the end of the 2017 Belgian Grand Prix. In 10th place, Lance Stroll. It almost seems like a decade since that podium in Azerbaijan, so the young Canadian should start to remind everyone he's a bit more than just a pay driver at Williams. 9th place, Felipe Massa. He has a brand new helmet after all. Oh, and the illness from Hungary has apparently left his side. With the low drag profile car Williams have, he can do even better than this. It all depends if Ocon and Perez are keeping the fight nice and clean between them. And speaking of the Force India boys, I see them finishing in P8 and 7 with Sergio Perez again in front of Esteban Ocon. The Mercedes power unit they have in the back of the car and their aero package should keep them ahead of the midfield. Also, Perez might work a bit of tire management magic and go on a slightly different strategy. Ahead of the Pink Panthers, it's the mighty Racing Bulls. Ricciardo, like Perez, might try something unconventional with strategy and challenge for a podium place. Meanwhile, Verstappen comes to Spa-Francorchamps feeling almost like arriving at his home Grand Prix. Despite his Dutch nationality, he was born and grew up in Belgium when he was a kid, so just 1 or 2 years ago, I guess. The young man might just edge ahead of Ricciardo here. He loves this type of track, and counting that the worst of car unreliability is behind him, he should perform well here. Ricciardo P6, Verstappen P5. And now to the absolute frontrunners. The one that might just miss out on the podium is Sebastian Vettel. The Mercedes package is OP here, and teammate Raikkonen is a Spa specialist. So Vettel has a big fight ahead of him. But will Ferrari engineer a scenario where Kimi will swap places with Seb, should the Finn be on course for a podium? Let's just say I wouldn't be surprised. Even though Ferrari might not even play the team orders card. Which leaves us with the top 2, and yes, I see Mercedes get that 1-2 finish they so much crave. The Merc engineers will come to this race with the best version of the W08, which Round-O Rouge, Raidillon and Blanchimont might just be the most amazing view this season. Valtteri Bottas in 2nd place with Lewis Hamilton taking the win. And since I'm in a good mood, I see Hamilton taking pole position as well. And with it, to equal the all-time record in F1 for poles held by Michael Schumacher with 68. Alright, those are my predictions for the 2017 Belgium Grand Prix. Unlike Hungary, where Ferrari had to win that one, this race doesn't feel like a must-win for anyone. Both championships are very much open and should remain so until Abu Dhabi. But judging by their performances on fast tracks so far this season, I don't think Mercedes can be beaten this weekend. Nevertheless, after 4 long weeks without racing, this will undoubtedly be a spectacular race at one of the greatest circuits in the world. But what about you guys? What do you think will happen in this Grand Prix? Will Sebastian Vettel and Ferrari produce a surprise, or will any other team get a realistic chance at the podium? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, don't forget the drinking rules, like and share this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel for more F1 content. I'm Chip from the Digital Grandstand, you can find me on Twitter at chip_DGS. Have a great racing weekend, everyone.